What's going on, guys? Alex here from PI Paintball. Another quick tech maintenance video for you on some really basic equipment. Today we're basically going to look at Tippmann, BT, the whole kind of woods ball line, anything that's like a 98 custom or an A5 or a BT4 combat, BT4 slice. They're pretty much all the same on the inside for the most part, and very super basic maintenance is almost exactly the same throughout the entire series. It's super simple. It's really only 2 steps. These things are so immensely popular. There's so many of them out there, just like that spider video that you guys saw earlier. I just want to get this quick maintenance video out to show you, you guys how to take care of these markers, because they're just so common that it's hard to not come across one if you go to like a yard sale with paintball stuff, or any online sales or something like that. They're just everywhere. However, the knowledge to properly take care of them is not everywhere. It's really, really simple. It's 2 steps, like I said. So we're just going to go ahead and look at that real quick. The model that I have here is a BT4 Omega. And so I'm going to go ahead and take the barrel off because this thing's just huge and it's going to get in the way. Basically, if you look at the body, get rid of the stock, get rid of this. If you look at the body, it's the same as a BT4. It's the same as a 98 custom. It's all the same. You have this side cocking mechanism right here, and you can see the giant hammer and the O-ring that's on the front of that hammer. Same deal. It's just that big side cocking lever, just like any Tippmann or BT. So what you're going to do is cock. I'm going to go ahead and reset this here. So take that cocking lever, you're going to cock it to the rear until it locks, just like you would if you were going to start playing. I'm going to put the safety on just so it doesn't spring forward on accident or anything like that. So if you look in this little cutout in the body right here, right at the front of that hammer, right at the front of the cutout, you'll see an O-ring. It's either going to be a little yellowish or it's going to be white, depending on how old the O-ring is. What you want to do for that is take some marker oil, just like before. This is Gold Cup. Really, any marker oil is good to use. Let's see, Exalt has the vitamin O stuff, Planet Eclipse marker oil. This is Gold Cup. I got this through Empire. Empire marker oil works fine too. It's all pretty much the same. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to put 1 or 2 drops on that O-ring right there in that cavity that you can see. You don't want to put a whole super lot because then it'll start bleeding out everywhere. And what we're going to do is I'm going to press the safety off. I'm going to hold that cocking lever while I fire, so I can control how fast it goes. And what I'm going to do now is just put my finger on the cocking lever, and I'm going to pull it back and forth a few times. I'm not going to pull it all the way back so it cocks like that. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to pull it back and forth a couple times, just like this, just so that oil starts to work in. And I'm going to hold it sideways and do that a couple times so the oil can kind of float down to the other side. Just kind of get that nice and flowing. And that's really about it. The only other thing, step 2, second place to put oil. We're going to put a couple drops of oil right into where the tank screws in, the ASA, the air hole that's there. We're going to put a couple drops of oil into that, and then we're going to put a tank on it and fire it a couple times. And what that's going to do is it's going to cycle that oil through the valve system and make sure that those valve O-rings and everything are nice and coated in oil. That prevents having to rip the valve out of the gun a lot sooner than you should, probably, because it's all dried up and it's not working. In general, they last a super long time, but every once in a while, get some oil flowing into that valve is a pretty good thing. So let's go ahead and put just a drop or 2 into that air passage. Let's go ahead and put our air tank on. I'm going to cock it back, and these are really loud, so I'm just going to cover up the end. Unlike the spiders and spider clones, these do not need back pressure to operate, so you don't have to put something over the end. I'm just doing this because they're really, really loud. Alright, I'm going to decock that, put the safety on, take the tank off. So now we got some oil flowing through the valve system, and that's about it. It's super basic maintenance for any Tippmann, really, for the most part. Some of them are a little bit different. Some of the BTs are a little bit different, especially the new BT4 slice. You're going to put oil on that same O-ring on the BT4 slice, except you're going to have to flip open that top to get access to it. So that's really about it, guys. That covers almost all the Tippmanns and the BTs that are really out there. It's that same exact thing. A little bit of oil on this hammer O-ring on the side slot where the caulking rod is, and a little bit of oil down through here to get it up in the valve system, and that's really about it. It's very, very simple. It's going to prolong the life of your marker, and it's going to keep you happy. It's going to keep the gun happy, keeps everyone happy. It's a good deal overall. So that's all I got for you guys today. I will catch you guys later.